Hi guys, today we have Vaibhavi Thakkar Desai over here.
Hi.
Hello. So I'll just get into the discussion already because the thing is the experience you've had with design and education. It's very intriguing with the work you do and how you have been implementing it towards the education field over here. So can you just enlighten us on to how exactly has that process been for you? Because again, a lot of people while going through the process leave aside the educational aspect, that there's a breakaway so at times where the practitioners are forgetting what exactly the initial rules were. Agreed, we break apart those rules, but some they are not cardinal, but there are some rules, the foundational. How exactly are we implementing, how are we bringing them or bridging them together in the practice?
Okay, so firstly, teaching as an experience had made me a very good student actually, because when I think of education back then when I was studying, the whole idea where there was nothing choice based, everything was mandate and we were not
Have to do it. This is the done.
it.
Yeah.
So a level of ethics and disciplines were also very different. Now with this changing time, and maybe it's a need of an hour, that why to study X number of subjects where there are so many things there
Agreed.
fall. So then there's things like choice-based studios and choice-based learnings where students have maybe equal amount of right of education the way they want it. So there's a
They get to
custom,
explore a lot, I guess. Yeah.
custom education. So I think that has changed scenarios in a lot of way. But what happens in that case, because it has become choice-based, there are certain courses that were mandated to us, they have not even touched upon.
The core is the core aspects, right? The foundational ones.
Exactly. And what happens in the practice, that they might have a lot of options in their education, but their learning is so filtered with certain subjects that practice becomes like a new dimension for them to learn first instead of starting something. Also, being this generation like a very quick generation, they wouldn't want to learn from the industry. They would want to kind of venture into it, like with the startups.
Agreed.
Patience is something that I feel it's lacking, where I think now that they know that everything is custom based, they should give themselves more time to evolve as an individual.
Oh yes, that means so much because right now everything is so generalized, and then being generalized, it is still curated for personal, and that's where we are losing our touch with the innate uniqueness with every person.
And to be very honest, during the design education, I have seen so many my batchmates that they've ventured into design as a domain, but they're not interior designers. A lot of people have gotten into visual communication only in interiors.
Yeah, that
It
makes
takes so much time to identify what are they capable of. Right now, what is happening, everybody is opting for interior design. For example, they want to come out as an interior designer.
But then there are so many fields which have cropped up because of the advent of preferences also and the tech also, which is creating a lot of jobs. Which brings me to the next question: how do you exactly, in your thought process, how do you envision the future of design education in India? Because it's rapidly evolving. In the last 5 years, it's exploded. So how exactly?
I think the only institutions that are going to sustain well in education are the ones that are going to offer courses in design that are evolved courses, right? So, for example, after UX, UI, a lot of institutes have now started doing AI as a course.
Yeah,
So, I think it's very important.
makes a lot more
Yeah, so I think the courses, the pedagogies of academic need to be
updated.
updated
Yeah.
every single year. It's more like
Agree.
review.
Yeah, earlier when we used to have it as course 2008 or course 2002, now it is changing. The technology which we used last year has evolved. It has been made redundant because of one new tech coming in.
Yeah.
That's it. So coming to about a bit of your work personally. So what has been for one of the bigger roadblocks for you, which has been, to integrate while integrating the traditional craft form to the modern workflow you have brought in?
Right. So, being my specialization into craft in my master's, and I'm also looking into crafts in design education for my PhD. I'm working on it. There are certain aspects in most of my projects that I look into a certain craft that is very relevant to what I'm designing. So in my one of the projects, we have touched upon woodeny crafts.
Oh,
Those toys were looked upon as the legs of the bed in a pediatric hospital, so that they're all chamfered and they're all curved and no edges, so that it's very
that your kids friendly. Yeah.
rather kids friendly. So certain aspect I would want to understand how relevant that craft can be part of this domain, and then we
Yeah.
try
How do you bring up the craft to the timelines? Because we are swaying away.
to educate our clients. So that becomes a lengthier process where to explain them why we are doing this and
Yeah.
not something
very-
that they would recommend.
Yeah, that makes sense so much because that is where the experience talks, right? It is literally your experience speaking that this is something which has been lacking over here.
Yeah.
And in terms of lacking, I just want to, want to move on to the next question where right now a lot of feedback, a lot of industry personnel have been giving about a lot of people coming out everywhere. There is a very generic standardization of their style language. How does one person curate their own language in terms of their design?
For that, I think there's a lot of amount of reading. I think nowadays books are just
People do not touch books.
very few people who would want to go to library. Everybody wants to like have a quick access to the visuals. So what happens?
30-second video.
So what we had a conversation today about understanding trends. You are only going to see what is trending. You're not actually going beyond that to see what has happened in the world, because to find a true sense of creativity within, you have to get exposure of so many things and not just something that is easily available.
Exactly. So the thing is, it's just that inner thought which is curated because of reading a lot of literature around us. And when I say literature, it's just not books. It is not prose. It can be anything you read about. One of the first things I tell my students is read anything you like. Just start reading.
Right.
That's so important. By the way, anyways, just to wrap it up, genuinely lovely talking to you about this, and genuinely insightful thoughts of yours on this. I really appreciate you giving your time to think. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.